Welcome back to another episode of Unknown Files. Today, we're investigating into one of the infamous disappearances in recent history, the case of Brian Shaffer. It's a story filled with unanswered questions, eerie footage, and heart-wrenching mystery. Let's dive in. Brian Randall Shaffer was a 27-year-old medical student at Ohio State University. He was known to be a charismatic and friendly individual with dreams of becoming a doctor. On the night of April 1st, 2006, Brian decided to take a break from his studies and head out for a night of fun with his friends. Brian and his friends began their night at the Ugly Tuna Saloona, a popular bar in Columbus. They had a few drinks, enjoying the start of their spring break. Here's where things take a strange turn. Take a look at this surveillance footage from the bar. At 1:15 a.m., Brian is seen on camera entering the bar with his friends. He appears to be in good spirits, chatting and having a good time. But here's the twist. Despite multiple cameras covering the exits, there is no footage of Brian ever leaving the bar. He seemingly vanished without a trace. Let's analyze the layout of the bar. The Ugly Tuna Saloona has one main entrance and exit, as well as an emergency exit which leads to a construction site. Investigators reviewed all footage from the night and found no evidence of Brian leaving through the main entrance. Could he have exited through the emergency door and met with foul play? The last known sighting of Brian is this image, where he is seen talking to two women near the escalator. After this moment, Brian is never seen again. Brian's disappearance sparked a massive search effort involving friends, family, and local authorities.
Dozens met on Ohio State's campus for the Brian Shaffer March for the Missing, named in honor of Shaffer, an Ohio State medical student who disappeared during a night out with friends 12 years ago. Lori Davis is a friend of the family.
Unfortunately, there have not been leads that have led to anything in Brian's case. I think that people might be afraid to talk, and I think that after 12 years they need to buck up and they need to start speaking.
Despite extensive efforts, no significant leads were uncovered. Let's take a closer look at some theories and the evidence that has emerged over the years. Brian's family and friends were left devastated and confused. His father, Randy Shaffer, was particularly vocal about the case, tirelessly searching for any clues. Sadly, Randy passed away in a tragic accident in 2008 without ever knowing what happened to his son. One theory suggests that Brian, overwhelmed by the recent death of his mother and the pressures of medical school, decided to start a new life. However, those who knew him well find this theory hard to believe, citing his close relationships and promising future.
Brian Shaffer disappeared from the Ohio State campus area. Today, investigators released this photo of what the medical student might look like now.
Another theory is that Brian met with foul play. The area around the bar was under heavy construction, providing ample opportunities for an accident or an encounter with someone with malicious intent. But again, no evidence supports this. Could Brian have wandered into the construction site, suffered an accident, and somehow remained undiscovered? The thorough searches conducted in and around the area make this seem unlikely, but not impossible. We know that Brian was last seen with two girls, of whom he said he would walk to their car upon UTS closing down for the night. We also know that Clint Florence said that Brian stayed past closing time to speak with the band who were playing that night. Whether Brian ended up speaking to the band or not, there's little doubt he didn't leave UTS until after Clint, Meredith, Amber, and Brighton. With Brian staying to speak to the band, that means he likely forgot to walk the girls to their car. Upon remembering about the girls, I believe Brian took the construction exit to catch up with them. As you can see in this image, the construction exit is much closer to the parking area than the front entrance. As a local, Brian probably knew this and used this as a faster exit so that he could try and meet up with the girls again. Whatever happened after Brian took this exit, assuming he did, is anyone's guess. But given that no CCTV footage was found of Brian roaming the streets around UTS, and that the dogs only picked up scent around the construction exit, this leads me to believe he was attacked somewhere around the long red line in the image and bundled into a vehicle. This would explain both the dog trail not continuing after the construction site itself, and why Brian wasn't seen on CCTV in the surrounding areas, as he would be in a vehicle. Interestingly, Brian's girlfriend and his friend Clint were both asked to take polygraph tests. While his girlfriend passed, Clint refused, leading to speculation about his involvement. However, polygraph tests are not foolproof, and Clint's refusal isn't a confirmation of guilt. There was a possible sighting of Brian Shaffer. Now, almost 14 years later, detectives with the Columbus Police Missing Persons Unit are still actively investigating the case, including a potential new clue. There was a photo taken of a homeless man in Mexico that has a striking resemblance to Brian Shaffer. Apparently, someone found and communicated with the man, and the man said his name was Brian. A clue after 14 years to investigate. After 4 weeks, there was news that the photo of the man from Tijuana did not match the photos of Shaffer. The disappearance of Brian Shaffer remains one of the most perplexing mysteries of our time. Despite the years that have passed, there are still no answers, only questions. Thank you for joining me today. If you found this video intriguing, please like, share, and subscribe for more content on Unknown Files. Until next time, stay safe.